The views and opinions expressed in the media or comments on this channel are those of the speakers, authors, or participants, and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by GFarmaTV or its affiliates.
That's one of the trees that burned when I was blown up. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I served 2 years. I was sent home on my first deployment from Afghanistan by a VBID. This guy served with my ex-husband. He lost his life the day before my truck was hit. I truly believe he saved my life. I was discharged 2007 and immediately put on 100% disability. About a year later, I was medically retired. I was diagnosed with PTSD, and that's post-traumatic stress disorder, and TBI, traumatic brain injury. They put me on medication when I first came home. What wasn't prescribed to me? I started off probably on about 15 different pills. They narrowed them down, played with them here and there, and it was too much for me. I told them I couldn't do that much. And then maybe 4 years ago, they had me on Seroquel, lorazepam, which is an anti-anxiety, venlafaxine, and something else, where numb me out so I couldn't feel everything that I was going through in my head. I felt like a zombie. I would wake up and I wouldn't have energy, and I couldn't keep up with my kid. I'd absolutely say more cons than pros. I've put on probably close to 100 pounds. It was too much. I wanted to sleep all the time. I couldn't enjoy a beautiful day like today. I started drinking for a while to try to cope, and I just about wrecked my car. Put a reality check like, hey, you need to do something. Coming off of all the antipsychotics was probably the closest to death I've ever physically felt. Had shakes, cold sweats, couldn't eat, couldn't drink. I started using marijuana to cope with the withdrawals, and I was able to sleep. I was able to eat. My first cannabis vape experience was with a product called Liquid Gold. After the first hit, I felt my anxiety go away almost immediately. It made me happy. I wanted to go out and do stuff that like I hadn't done before. My anxiety was gone. It put me in a good mood. I hadn't felt like that in a while. I use the Liquid Gold vape in the morning. If I know it's going to be a long day, I'll use a Liquid Gold chocolate bar. The toffee is probably my favorite. They have a strawberry lemonade that I really like. It gives me a longer lasting effect without having to smoke. I even quit smoking cigarettes. It's gross. You know, after smoking a fresh flower and trying to smoke a cigarette, it just tastes dirty. I feel great. I wake up early. I wake my son up and get him off to school, and I go work out. I've lost 10 pounds. That's really just the energy I've gotten from switching. So I kicked the pills and I kicked the cigarettes, and I switched to cannabis. PTSD, I would recommend cannabis, and I'm a huge fan of the Liquid Gold product. I wouldn't be here talking to you if it weren't for cannabis. Couldn't be happier.